I'm Lu Yan from Beijing Review Magazine, and this is the Governance Podcast, a podcast that explores the past, present, and future of governance in China as it works toward meeting its development goals and finds its place in the global community. In July 1956, the first automobile works in Changchun, Jilin Province, part of the country's traditional northeastern industrial base, produced the first car made in the People's Republic of China. This achievement was one of the 156 key projects outlined in the country's first five-year plan, which ran from 1953 to 1957. Fast forward to 2024, and thanks to high levels of automation and intelligent manufacturing, major Chinese automaker BYD's factory in Shenzhen, Guangdong Province, became capable of rolling out a new electric vehicle every minute, part of the advancements in high-end manufacturing detailed in the 14th five-year plan, which ran from 2021 to 2025. Five-year plans, also known as the Five-Year Plans for National Economic and Social Development, are key guiding documents for China's medium to long-term economic and social progress. They outline the country's overall goals, main tasks, and policy orientation across all sectors over five-year periods. This year is the final year for the implementation of the 14th Five-Year Plan. The 2025 Government Work Report, released in early March, underscores the importance of fully completing the plan's objectives so as to lay a solid foundation for a strong start for the 15th Five-Year Plan, which will run from 2026 to 2030. In planning economic and social development for the next 5 years, reasonable, achievable targets and tasks are set for each specific field, President Xi said at a symposium on China's economic and social development in the 15th Five-Year Plan period, held in Shanghai in April. We must unswervingly manage our own affairs well and stay committed to expanding high-standard opening up, he added. In this episode of the Governance Podcast, we will talk to Yan Yilong, Deputy Dean of the Institute for Contemporary China Studies at Tsinghua University in Beijing. Yan's research focuses on China's development paths and strategies, and he will share his insights into Xi's vision for the strategic blueprint. Yan Yilong, thank you for joining our podcast. China's five-year plans are both long-term and actionable. How can they achieve this balance between foresight and practicality, and what is the process for developing them?
中国5年规划的制定呢，它注重这种长期的战略视野。
The process of creating China's five-year plans emphasizes long-term strategic vision while also focusing on practical implementation. The core of this lies in a thoughtful planning mechanism and a robust implementation system. The five-year plans integrate long-term strategies with short-term goals. Their formulation is not fragmented, but rather continuous and incremental, always serving the country's overarching modernization objectives. China divides its modernization process into several strategic phases, each supported by multiple five-year plans. For example, in the first phase, 5 plans were used to establish an independent and complete industrial system and national economic framework. In the second phase, 8 plans aimed to build a moderately prosperous society in all respects. And in the third phase, 6 plans target basically realizing socialist modernization by 2035, and in the period from 2035 to the middle of the century. Developing China into a great modern socialist country that is prosperous, strong, democratic, culturally advanced, harmonious, and beautiful. The 15th Five-Year Plan not only focuses on the next 5 years, but also aligns with the goals for 2035 and the mid-century. It emphasizes not just short-term economic growth, but also outlines blueprints for future industries like renewable energy, AI, and quantum technology to ensure long-term competitiveness. Early planning prioritized infrastructure in transport and energy to lay the groundwork for subsequent economic development. Today's plans similarly stress forward-looking investments in new infrastructure like 5G and data centers. The process of developing these plans is highly open and involves multiple stakeholders, ensuring informed and feasible planning. It emphasizes collective input, often taking 2 years from initial research to final approval, and numerous rounds of discussion involving expert assessment, cross-departmental coordination, and online public feedback. For instance, over 1 million public opinions were collected during the drafting of the 14th Five-Year Plan. The decision-making process is well structured. First, everyone is encouraged to express their opinions. Then, a draft proposal is created based on these inputs, followed by a phase of soliciting further feedback. After several rounds of such process, finally a collective decision is made. This approach not only harnesses diverse insights, but also ensures efficient decision-making. Once the plan is finalized, a complete implementation system is in place. Large goals are broken down into annual tasks, with yearly government work reports aligned with the five-year plans. Specialized funds and policies are allocated to drive implementation, and regular assessments are conducted to track progress and make timely adjustments.
As the 15th Five-Year Plan enters its final phase, which areas have seen great progress and which goals face challenges?
十四五规划呢，在面对着这个
Amid high uncertainty and multiple risks in the global economy, the implementation of the 14th Five-Year Plan is nearing completion, showing overall stable progress. Economically, China maintains an average annual GDP growth rate of around 5%. While this is slower than in the past, it still leads among major economies. China remains a crucial engine for global economic growth, even as emerging economies like India and Vietnam may show slightly higher growth rates. China's huge economic aggregate gives it a unique advantage. Considerable breakthroughs have been made in innovation during the period. Research and development investment has steadily increased, and the number of authorized invention patents has grown rapidly, with the core industries of the digital economy already meeting projected GDP contributions. Notably, new industries, new business formats, and new business models have thrived, with strategic emerging industries and high-tech manufacturing driving structural optimization and productivity improvements. However, challenges remain in the implementation of the plan. These are pressures on achieving energy conservation and carbon emission reduction targets, particularly those that are intensity-based per unit of GDP. It is essential to view this rationally. Balancing economic growth with environmental protection is crucial at this stage, but overly focusing on certain targets could distort policy execution. Employment has emerged as one of the most pressing challenges, with rising surveyed unemployment rates among youth during some periods and slowed income growth in some sectors, reflecting the pains in the shift of economic drivers. Additionally, managing external uncertainties is a key concern as the plan approaches its conclusion. Overall, the implementation of the 14th Five-Year Plan emphasizes quality over speed and pursues progress while ensuring stability. In the last year of the period, it's essential to maintain firm strategic resolve and intensify efforts to ensure the economic performance within a reasonable range, while addressing employment and other livelihood issues to effectively upgrade and appropriately expand China's economic output.
在这方面呢，取得很大的成就了。
In the context of a restructured globalization, how can China balance self-reliance and openness through the 15th Five-Year Plan?
我们说这个15时期啊，中国的发展
With
它实际
deep
上是
adjustments in the global order, China's upcoming 15th Five-Year Plan aims to establish a new balance between self-reliant development and opening up. The core of this strategy is to keep in mind both domestic and international imperatives and achieve high-quality growth through fostering a new pattern of development that is focused on the domestic economy and features positive interplay between domestic and international economic flows. The new pattern leverages China's vast market of 1.4 billion people in the face of external uncertainties A strong domestic economy can effectively mitigate risks. Amid US tariff hikes and other constraints, China's economic resilience stems from its internal strength. Additionally, efforts are underway to overcome technological gaps in critical areas and enhance self-supporting supply chains. China's approach to global engagement is undergoing profound changes. Under the Belt and Road Initiative, Chinese enterprises are not only building infrastructure in partner countries, but also providing financial data services. This infrastructure first, industry follows model helps partner countries grow their economies while opening up international market opportunities for Chinese firms. In the resource sector, China has strengthened the security of key mineral supply chains through global partnerships. For example, in the rare earth industry, China not only has abundant resources, but also leads in refining technology, establishing a complete industrial chain from resource extraction to high-end applications. This advantageous position was not gained through protectionism, but developed through deep participation in global division of labor. China's rise in green energy illustrates the effectiveness of the synergy of domestic and international strategies. In the past, China was a major oil importer. Now, in the renewable energy revolution, it has become a global leader. Its success in industries like photovoltaics, wind power, and lithium-ion batteries is due to the close integration of climate change strategies with domestic industrial upgrades. The rapid development of the electric vehicle industry exemplifies this. China leveraged its huge domestic market to accumulate technology and cultivate the industry, then expanded globally into markets like Europe and Southeast Asia. This approach, featuring positive interplay between the domestic and international markets, not only drives domestic industrial upgrades, but also contributes to global green transitions. In the 15th five-year plan period, China will continue to deepen this strategic thinking, cultivating globally competitive industries and enterprises within its domestic market while offering more Chinese solutions on the international stage. Ultimately, this will create a development paradigm rooted in original innovation and grounded in openness and cooperation, which is both an active response to new challenges in globalization and an important contribution to the world economy by China as a responsible major country.
对世界经济的贡献。
China's 15th five-year plan will commence in 2026. As we track new developments, we will continue to watch with interest as these strategies evolve and influence the next chapter in China's economic and social progress. Throughout this series, we'll be exploring topics related to President Xi and how governance is practiced in China. To stay up to date on the podcasts, visit the Beijing Review website, bjreview.com. Find us on YouTube or Spotify with the tag Beijing Review, or look for us where you get your podcasts. I'm Lu Yan in Beijing. Thanks for listening to the Governance Podcast. Bye for now.